what is breeding, so you ask?
Well, breeding is the mating production of offspring by animals and plants.
This is a very broad question, so we decided to shrink it down to one question we will be focusing on today. Our question was, what future consequences will breeding bring? We all need to understand that without breeding, we wouldn't exist today.
Today, we face huge problem of animal overpopulation, and of course, when I say animal, I mean us humans.
That's right, Sasha. So instead of talking about the pros of breeding, we will be talking about some of the negatives about breeding and what future consequences it will bring us. Let's get started, shall we? One of the topics in this question is inbreeding.
What's inbreeding, and what's some of the consequences that come with it?
Inbreeding is the production of offspring and mating of close individuals, often with the same genes as you, or in a simpler way to put it, with your relatives. If in your family generation you have a long history of inbreeders, then the consequences could be that reproducing will become more difficult, therefore affecting the yield.
Breeding can also cause lower breeding yields, causing generations and populations that inbreed a lot to drop steadily. Mothers would often be less fertile to reproduce, and the chances of child mortality is increased. Like the Zika virus, where children were born with unusually small heads, inbreeding could cause similar results, only it would not be just the head, but every part of the body. So let's talk about plants now.
Have you ever wondered where some plant species come from?
Well, let's take the banana for example. Long ago, bananas were oval shaped. They had many seeds inside of them and were often very bitter. But when the humans took the seeds from very sweet bananas and planted them, thinner bananas were produced to what we know today as bananas.
This wasn't just the case for bananas. Selective breeding was done on many plants like the broccoli, cauliflower, kale, and Brussels sprouts. But like all things, selective breeding comes at a cost. The method will not be able to control the creation of genes that might be inherited by the offspring. There is a high possibility that random genetic mutations will happen, which may decrease the effectiveness of crops that are being grown.
Breeders who want to formulate particular animal traits might accidentally reproduce characteristics that are damaging to animal health. For instance, cows are only able to produce large amounts of milk if they have large udders.
And that brings us to the end of this presentation. We hope you enjoyed it.